This is I Like That Story, a Prairie Christmas episode number 11, When a Mission Trip Fails. This A Prairie Christmas episode of I Like That Story is brought to you by Evolution Consulting, nationwide consulting for style, speaking, and stage. What happens when a mission trip fails? We plan a trip, get volunteers, travel to a place where a need is that can be easily fulfilled, solve the problem, and go home satisfied. Good deed accomplished. Except in the case of Mary Miracle. Mary Miracle was in her late 70s, and yes, that really was her name. But in her hard life in the mountains of Kentucky, it was hardly miraculous. Her house, not much more than a shack, had an uneven floor, cracked windows, and a leaky roof. How simple to change things for her. The mission team, which included my daughter, Madeline, would sweep in, strip off the old shingles, and put on a new roof and leave. But it didn't work that way. First, the mission team, which consisted of willing but inexperienced teenagers, had trouble stripping off the old shingles. What should have taken half a day took one full day and some change, and second, the roof underneath the shingles was badly rotted in spots. Supplies came late, more delay while repairs were made, and the third day it rained. And with the rain came the possibility that they would not finish. The kids grew more and more despondent, but they prayed for a miracle, that Mary could see the heart of God triumph through the work of their hands. And who knows, with God, miracles can happen. The last day came, and the workers arrived with the dawn. Eager young hands hoisted shingles, pounded nails, and made surprisingly slow progress. The sun moved across the sky from morning to noon to early afternoon to dusk, and then the realization of what was not going to happen became apparent. "Get down, kids. It's getting dark. We have to go back to camp." The mission team leader pointed the way to the bus. Weary and dejected, the teens filed past the warped front porch of Mary's home, afraid to look at the stoic Mary Miracle and her unfinished roof. Mary herself seemed unmoved. In a life of hardship and disappointment, this seemed to be just one more day. Until the miracle that was prayed for happened. As they were heading for the bus, a young girl stopped, turned to Mary, her chin trembling. "Oh, Mary," she said. "Oh, Mary, we tried. We wanted so much." She stopped, sniffed, took a shuddering breath. All we wanted to do was to show you." And then she couldn't say any more. She burst into tears, shoulders shaking, and threw herself into Mary's arms. The group of workers stopped and looked down, awkward, silent, and miserable. Then Mary took the girl in her arms, saying, "Shush, shush," until the hardened, stoic face welled with tears of her own. And then, surprisingly, a smile. A quiet, calm, radiant smile. "Child," she said, wiping the tears from her cheeks with calloused, work-worn hands, "your tears mean more to me than any old leaky roof. You see, when you live as long as I have, you get to see a lot of things. And them things can make you dry up inside. And it can happen so slow-like that you forget. And then one day, you're like me, a bitter and dried-up old lady. I seen your kind along these hills and thought maybe what I needed was a roof. But God Himself has seen what I really needed, and He gave it to me today. And with that, she brushed the tears from the cheeks of the young girl's face. I needed tears, and I'm truly thankful for your giving them to me. There is no doubt that we all live in dry times. But for those of us who believe in the Christ of Christmas, we know that at any time we may be called to be water for the thirsty and hope for the parched. And in this holy season especially, we look up to the sky with expectation and we pray for rain. Thank you for listening. This story comes out of my syndicated radio show, A Prairie Christmas, a holiday gift from all of us that I Like That Story. ILikeThatStory.net is where you can find out more about the places I speak, the books I write, the podcasts, blogs, CDs of some of your favorite Christmas stories, and more. Look us up on ILikeThatStory.net. And until next time, I'm Jeff Gould with music from Dan Schwartz. Merry Christmas.